I got champagne in my locker, and it's gonna rain on my friends. I got W's on my...
What's up, guys? This is Simoni Lawrence, and you're on the Pay Me to Stop podcast. Episode number 5. Let's go. Let's go. Hey, I got a real special guest, but before we get to the special guest, I gotta check in with everybody. My dog Zach got married. Big shout to Zach. He's behind the cameras. He got married. He told me that it was the most eventful time of his whole entire life, you know. He married the woman of his dreams, and he's super excited about it. Thank you for letting him hang out with us. Every time he's late home, it is my fault. I like to take all of the blame. It is my fault when Zach is home late, and I'm sorry, you know, but you gotta pay me to stop, you know what I mean? It's the Pay Me to Stop podcast. Let's get to it, you know what I'm saying? Oh, this doesn't have nothing to do with nothing, but I have to tell Hamilton something. So, man, I was hungry. And you know how you like mad hungry and you don't want to go sit down at no restaurant. You want to just go get that food. But you don't want to go to like McDonald's or nothing. You want that good, heavy, quality food that really tastes really good, that after you're done eating, all you want to do is sleep and watch television. Yeah, that's how I was feeling. So I was walking around, you know, boom, boom, bang. I seen this little spot on the corner. I was like, that's my vibe. You know, the corner spots restaurants are usually always the best. If you have the corner of any block, you are guaranteed to have the best food. You know what I'm saying? It's universal, you know what I'm saying? So we were at Lulu's, the absolute best shawarma place I've ever had. I'm talking about the shawarma's like this fat, you know what I mean? Like
styrofoam bulges.
As you can see, I have Dylan Wynn here, special guest Dylan Wynn, but he's a big fan of this shawarma place too. But when I tell you Lulu's is the place to go and check it out, oh my gosh, like I'll let Dylan talk more about it. Yes, I do have Dylan. Let's welcome Dylan to the show since you messing up my drop. My bad. Dylan. What's up? One of my savages, you know what I mean? Dylan, what's up, bro? Man, Dylan, I miss you. I love you, bro. I just want you to know that. Let me tell y'all something about Dylan real quick. So, you know what I mean? My dog Dylan, you know, had an unfortunate injury and stuff, right? So he's forced to miss the remainder of the season. So he had to go get some surgery, right? You know, usually you get surgery. I had friends get surgery and not be able to do anything. Like, they were just in the house, like, oh, I can't move, the meds, like, everything hurts, you know what I mean? I'm just going to chill, and I'm not going to do nothing. Yo, my dog Dylan, right? He got the surgery on the same day that we had a game, right? Not only my dog get the surgery, he came to the stadium right after the surgery, like he just brushed his teeth real quick, you know what I mean? Like, you know, the real tough guys of the world, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, he gets the surgery, I'm gonna just brush my teeth and go watch my boys play. It's nothing. I didn't just have surgery, you know. I didn't, you know what I mean? I wasn't just in the surgery room. I'm just gonna come and watch my boys play and support them, you know what I mean? That's the kind of, what's up, man?
It's the wonders of modern medicine.
Yo!
Like, I don't know.
That's my dog. But like, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
What's a tough guy? Who's a tough guy? What's a tough
What
guy?
do you mean? It just didn't hurt.
Yeah.
Like, I felt good enough to go to the game. My wife hates it.
Yeah.
She's mad about it. You know. I was told more that day that it's pretty stupid, but you know, I got the brace on, and it's kind of on me. It's, you know, it's what hurts.
And it's not like you're a regular human, you know what I mean? It's not like, you know, if I go up to Dylan right now and accidentally punch him as hard as I can, and I say my bad, he's like, oh, no good, it's all good, you know what I mean? Like,
part of the job. What are you talking about?
You know,
that's D-line play.
You know what I mean? But like, what gives a guy that tough guy? You know what I mean? You know, you do stuff like that, but what can you see on the football field to be like, yeah, that's a tough guy right there?
I don't know. It's all make-up in different ways, you know.
That's
but
true.
There's always brawlers, especially I see it in the trenches mostly. But like, they all do the tough guy shit, the no eye contact, or the keeping eye contact. You know, the Tyson stuff, the Mamba stuff. Everyone studies the same kind of grades, and it's that, you know. But eventually they break.
If you had one tough guy to like emulate or to say like that's unique,
Nah.
who would it be?
I don't know. I think it changes as you grow as a football player, right? Because growing up, like, I think the guys I would emulate, would probably be not allowed to play football no more. Like, if we're being honest, like the Urlachers of the day were savages, and I always kind of had temperament stuff, and that's
why we all play football, most of us.
Exactly. Yeah. I had luckily good mentorship coming up where they talked to me about how to deal with that kind of stuff and how to play the game correctly, and you kind of gauge it and you change how you play. So I think early on I was like, anybody that was just tough, gritty, dirty, like getting in their football, back with the T-bars and all that.
Blood coming out the nose.
Yeah, but as I got older, it started to develop into like, I loved Harrison because he just outworked people. He just got big. He got mean. He's like, I'm just out lifting. I'm just out throwing. I don't want to look at the media. I don't want to, that Hard Knocks. Like, I hate Hard Knocks, but I saw that as a highlight. Like, you get caught on YouTube every once in a while. I didn't watch it, but like, I saw the highlights of him dodging cameras, and I was like, I feel that,
Dylan, I'm about to ask you a question. I'm just ask you, is it true, okay?
Okay.
Is it true that you wrestled a bear with no t-shirt and just some pants on?
A bear? No.
That's not true?
I've never wrestled a bear.
That never happened?
No.
For real?
A bear.
You never wrestled a bear?
No.
Okay. Just making sure. Is it true that your daughter is tougher than the Saskatchewan offensive line?
Well done. Well done, good sir. Well done.
Okay. I'll go to the next question. I'm sorry about that. I have another question for you. It's a random question, but I love that ring on. Oh my gosh, that Toronto Argo ring. Wow, that's a big ring. But I got a question for you. Is it true that you ran from a bar fight in 2017? And you left one of your teammates to go to a bar fight by himself?
No, that's not true. That's not true. Ain't no bar fight. If it was a bar fight, I would have stayed. Just because I'll answer the question. There wasn't no bar fight. I don't run from no bar fight. But, God got me home that day, and it was wonderful. I'll drink to that.
Okay, I appreciate. Yeah. Oh, is it true? Is you went to Oregon State?
Go Beavs.
So you guys don't like Oregon then, because y'all got the same names.
It flies or dies.
Is it true that when you played Marcus Mariota, that you were supposed to contain him, but you came inside and he got free and scored?
Oh man, I don't think did he off the edge? Oh man, I don't think it happened. No, but I'll give you this one. I did get juked on an option, and went to the sideline. My coach was like, "What happened?" I was like, "I got juked," and he goes, "That's okay. I'll find somebody that won't get juked." So that's, I don't think I let Mariota get one, but I didn't get him on the ground.
Okay, that's smooth. Good. I like that. Okay. Is it true that you've missed practice because your stomach hurt?
Never. Never.
Is it true that you missed practice because you were under the weather?
Never. Who do you think you're talking to? Okay.
Yeah, what's up?
Wait, who misses it? My mom wouldn't let me go home.
Right?
What are you talking about? I've gone to football practices with one shoe because I left that shoe in the parking lot somewhere. And my mom was like, "No, go run your laps." Dude, no. What? No.
Okay.
I don't think they make parents like they used to, man.
Scott, by the way, he says he loves you. Scott, our athletic trainer right now, and he's doing a great job. He was wondering. He thought you could go into politicians after sports and stuff for sure. Okay. And then the question after that was, politics, Democrat or Republican?
I'm actually libertarian.
Okay.
Which means I think the party system's stupid.
That's all we need to know. Perfect.
And that's it.
Okay, question. One more question. Two more questions. Is it true that you cried when you got your leg tattoo?
Never.
Okay.
No.
I thought
No. I almost passed out though. The toes, man. Don't do the toes.
Don't do the toes.
It only hurts once. So like,
I'm not doing the toes. I'm
I
good.
Yeah.
Oh wait, question.
Yeah.
You're from California. You know that's your spot, right?
Raised in Cali.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is it true that Arnold Schwarzenegger was the best governor you guys had?
Not true. Oh man. He signed my like athletic stuff.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't think California has a very good rapport with governors.
Is it true that you think that he's the best governor that California had?
He definitely had the best poses out of any governor California's ever had.
Okay, best poses. Arnold Schwarzenegger. I like it.
Pumping iron.
Dylan, I heard that you were a great wrestler. Were you a cauliflower wrestler?
Cauliflower wrestler.
Yeah.
What is a cauliflower wrestler?
So the cauliflower wrestlers were the dogs, the nasty guys. All their ears were
Oh, they had the
popping
cauliflower.
out.
The cauliflower. The cauliflower.
I probably pronounced it wrong.
I have the most like bitch cauliflower ever. I got like it's probably
So you were actually a cauliflower
I have
wrestler.
a rice-sized grain.
So you were a cauliflower wrestler.
It's like
Dylan was a cauliflower
that's
wrestler.
like saying someone has a burn mark on their
Cauliflower wrestler.
arm. Cauliflower.
Cauliflower?
If I have cauliflower,
Were you a cauliflower
I'm about as
wrestler?
that's like saying that you have a burn from a campfire
Cauliflower?
and you're an omega.
I don't know about
It's
that.
like getting I have nothing. I can hear great. My ears are wonderful.
Okay.
You know, I have a lot of buddies that, you know, don't get picked on in bar fights, that's for sure.
Because they got that cauliflower.
They have horrible hearing. It's bad. It's nasty.
Okay.
But, yeah, I know a lot of people that did. I never got it, luckily.
I like it. During high school, what kind of kid were you?
Man.
Like, were you, like, I see Dylan now, and if I was to guess, I'd be like, Dylan in high school, he loved football, he was a wrestler, he was a tough guy. He probably, like, smashed bottles over his head at parties and stuff. He was definitely the keg champ. The girls all loved him, but he got married early, so he definitely got it all out the way in early in life. I feel
actually, wifey was junior year of high school.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Wifey holds it down.
So wifey wears
junior year of high school.
Wifey
I've
been
known her
holding
since
up.
8th grade. She's known football like since I've kind of like started being decent at football. Like, you know, she's seen everything. She's seen everything. Surgery.
We found who's tougher than Dylan for sure.
Look,
give wifey a shout out. We need her name.
Kathleen.
Yeah.
I appreciate you. Everything you're doing, holding it down for the fam, because you know.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to be a football wife until they're a football wife, and then she really like
she rocked that shit for real.
Look, we say this sometimes, consummate professional.
Yeah.
And, like, wouldn't be able to do it without her 100%. She holds it down to like.
And like, that's so important to have. Imagine having somebody
It's a
like
camp
that
in the camp.
You need that, yo. It's like you need that, and like everybody knows you always like as a football player, and not just as like a football player, but as an elite football player. You need somebody in that corner, like being like, stay focused.
The mental shit, man, it's hard.
Stay focused, because it's not just like, oh, I get to come and just play football and woo, this is fun. Like, just do my job, mind my business. Like, you're in the best of the best. It's on you every day, every game, every hour,
natural.
every second.
Yeah.
And it's always been like that. So for like people like myself and you, it's like it's normal, but like it's heavy though.
Hey man, hey, the faster the rocket goes, the harder it is to steer. And so, you know, you need some help. We live a fast life, you know. Pro football, that's what it is.
Right.
You go, and you know, it helps to have two hands on it.
Facts.
You know, somebody telling me to ice or drink water when I, you know, just
You
a little
really
thing.
forget to
It'd
drink
be that
water.
voice in your head where you're like, mom got me. Yeah, well, I have 3 of them now. So
My dog
two of them
Dylan
don't
has
speak
3.
English. But,
Hey,
yeah.
Can we talk about how your daughter headbutted you? I was laughing.
Yeah.
I was like, that's so Dylan.
Look, my oldest is an issue for sure. She's me.
I love it.
She's my twin. And she was running in, headbutting walls and laughing like when she was just figured out how to walk. She's, hell on wheels, but I made it. So
Let's go.
I turned out all right. I think I'm a decent person.
You are.
And if anybody can help her, it's me.
Look, all right. So I have this thing on the show. It's called 21 Questions, where we're gonna list a bunch of questions. It's either or. Like, I'll give you an example. You have daughters, and I would say something like, "Would you rather go to a soccer game or a field hockey game?"
That's funny. I've never been to a field hockey game.
But you have daughters now.
Yeah.
And that's a high possibility.
Okay. Soccer.
So, but if you didn't want to answer the question and let you know, in case your daughter was a star field hockey player, you could just drink and get to washed away and stuff. Okay. 21 questions.
Let's do it.
Hannah's going to read off the questions, and yeah, we're going to keep it moving like that.
Wedding day or birth of a child?
Wedding day.
Ooh.
Without hesitation, I know. Like, kids, if you see this later, I love y'all. You got a party on your wedding day. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Wifey and I were going through some stuff on the, we're in the bunker. We're getting ready for,
Okay.
Kid being up every 2 hours.
I'm sure my dog Zach, my dog Zach can definitely say wedding day too as well. Shout out my dog Zach. Okay, next question.
Jagara Davis or Sean Lemon?
Question was Jagara Davis that we played with last year, or Sean Lemon. They both play defensive end.
Yeah, they do.
I'm just curious, who would you pick? Like, the people who want to know, like, your expertise. If you could break down, I know who you would pick. But what are you doing?
So my expertise, I've played with both of them. They're great in their own way, but they're kind of alike. Like, they both got that shifty, almost untrackable kind of move. They both ball when it matters, which is the big part. Like when they gotta get sacks, they get sacks. They're both dominant, and they're both not really looked upon as golden child. You know what I mean? Like, JG's always had people talk trash about certain things about him, and same thing about Lemon, but they always are consistently on top. You know what I mean? So I definitely pick.
Okay, that's a good answer. It's a good answer. Next.
Bo Levi or McLeod Bethel Thompson?
Oh, wow. The question was Bo Levi or McLeod Bethel Thompson. And if you play football and if you're up to date with the speed of the game, the comparison, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, up to date speed. What would you pick?
Currently, I would go with what's going hot. I'd go Mac.
Okay.
I don't think you can get a better comparison.
Hey,
that's deep digging. That's
don't pay
really
me the big bucks for nothing.
Man, I'd have to go Mac. I think he has, and this is my opinion personally, but they're both high competitors. High competitors, you kind of ride that wave a little bit. He's on top of that wave right now. I'd go Mac. I would say Mac is more dangerous right now with the football than Bo, for sure.
Yeah. Okay. I like that.
Martha Stewart or Betty Crocker?
Martha Stewart, she with the shits. Come on now.
Martha Stewart, a rider.
Without hesitation.
Yeah.
Whitney Houston or Britney Spears?
Whitney Houston. Who made this list? Britney Spears?
I was just trying to see something, man.
Yeah,
I'm just trying to see something.
We all know what it is. Keep going. I know how this list going. I'm so excited.
I love you too.
Football or wrestling?
Oh, football.
Yeah.
I did wrestling just to be better at football.
Really?
Like wrestling was cool.
Like I didn't like wrestling. I never liked wrestling.
They make you weird things,
because
right?
the tights, and then the starting position. It always was like that wasn't something for me. I didn't understand it.
So
how'd you get so used to it?
There's rules. Look, so when you're wrestling, you can choose when they do that top bottom stuff and like that sus.
Would
like,
you pick top or bottom?
I would go like this. I would stand to the side, and if you go like this and just put it on his back, and you just let him stand up, you're allowed to.
Oh wow,
yeah,
that's some man stuff. That's
so I would let him. Well, no, because then he automatically gets points for escape.
Oh, for getting up.
Yeah.
So you just give him a point.
Yeah, no, but in the process of him standing up, I'd tackle him. So like then we just end up in the right position.
Are you saying you would illegally hit him?
It is a legal move in wrestling, as long as you stay in the mat. But did a couple guys get dumped in the bleachers sometimes? Yeah.
Sometimes it just has to happen.
Dude, wrestling was bad for me in high school.
What about
time.
Wifey at the wrestling match with you?
She had the Letterman jacket on at wrestling meets. Mind you, you got to understand. People that don't understand wrestling, it's a meet sport. So it's like swimming. It's like wrestling, obviously. It's like track and field. You know, you're there all day. And so I would hit her up when I was in the finals because I was gonna make the finals.
Of course.
So so she would only make like one or two, or they would have these things called dual matches, where it was like your school versus another school, and these were dope because you would go in and you had to weigh in for your weight class, and you weighed in, and the other dude weighed in, and so it was like high school UFC matchups. And, you know, I'm a little psychopath at the time, and
aren't we all?
So I would have teams like forfeit their heavyweight. Like they had a heavyweight that could wrestle.
Because they didn't want no smoke?
They didn't want to wrestle.
Oh, but that's how you was giving it up?
I was an issue. I had fun. I had fun because I was coming right off of football season. We were dominant.
What's the worst you ever done somebody in front of your wifey? Like when was it where like you know how like you invite like your wife or your girlfriend to a game and it was just like, yo, come watch my game, and then you finally had that game where it's like,
look, so I can't
come watch my game.
State, I had a moment like that, but I don't know if wifey was there because it was in Southern California. State, I had a moment where I beat the 2 seed and I was unranked, so I had to wrestle into the tournament. Yeah, and I was tripping on it. I ain't gonna lie, like the wrestlers. So there's some story on it. So like, we had just beat Servite in football, and they were like,
phones off, guys. I'm sorry.
They were top. That's a fine, ain't it?
That's a fine. I'll find myself.
It's a fine. Yo, so right to cover.
Actually, never mind. Go ahead.
So we beat Servite for state. Servite was top 10 or top 5 ranked in the nation. So us beating them made us the #1 team in the nation. And then when I came to wrestling, the #2 seed was the Servite kid. The same D lineman I went against all in football. And like, I'm not as good as wrestling. He's got offers to places, like big places, Ohio and stuff. And I'm like, man, how am I gonna beat this guy? Like I wasn't wrestling a week ago, 2 weeks ago. And so like I was breaking in camp. I was working just like always, man. I was just like working. But I was like mentally, you know, like we talking about, you gotta have the mental. Having my wife in my camp's been huge. But like I was young and I was like, man, it was the first time where I was like, fuck, there's no way I can beat this guy, you know? And then we got into the match. I beat him.
Yeah.
I beat him. And I'm like, I got a picture of me picking up my coach and everything. And
those are the moments though. Cause like my moment for that was when I was in college in the Big Ten. And then I was like, I wasn't sure yet, but I used to always play video games. And like, I used to love playing with Ohio State. They had like a sick running back. And then I ended up going to Minnesota. And I was just like, dang, what is it going to be like playing against like these? Because you think like people are like not regular people. I'm like, I'm playing video games with these guys, right?
Makes them look real.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh shit, like we're playing Ohio State. Like we're about to play with the guys that I usually like play with in Madden and NCAA and stuff. And then I line up. And then, like, the third play of the game, I shoot the gap, TFL, slam him. I'm like, oh, I'm going to the league.
Look, I got a name for it. It's that gods can bleed moment.
Yeah.
Where you're just like, oh, oh, I got this. Like, oh, okay. This guy, oh man, he walked in cocky too to the match.
For real?
And I think that's what it was.
Bro,
It was like he was relaxed.
He had
Look, you're
like one. He thought it was a charity fight. He didn't know he was dealing with a savage.
He didn't know.
Like,
He didn't know. But we were coming in. My coach was German, you know, like barely spoke English. Like said, you know, and he was just like super serious and was like, he's joking around. He's laughing at his coaches. He's smiling, shaking hands.
He thought he already won.
I got a hood on. I'm playing my medal. I'm like,
the medal?
I got that. Sometimes, look, wrestling was a beautiful thing, and I think more guys got to wrestle. Like growing up,
they
women
gotta change
too,
the
because women
uniform
like
first.
I get it. The uniform is and the headgear. It looks terrible. It's the number one thing. But check it. Like when you made it to a finals, and this is the part I love, and I think like this part of the competitive nature of you would love it, was like you make it to the finals, all of a sudden your uniform, you got a different uniform that people only wore for the finals. So like we had a green bit for like our main stuff, but it was silver for like, okay, and then you would go and they have a whole gymnasium and they would drop, especially Granada I think, was the high school, and they would drop a center light and it was just one light and go, and it's just, everything's dark but the match. Just right, and they walk in, you got the music going, and so like they do it by weight class. And heavyweight, you know, I always did heavyweight. There's no weight class, there's no limit to it. But I was on the lighter end. I was like maybe 250, 240.
Yeah.
And so I would be the last match of the whole night, and there's a spotlight and music going, people just losing their mind.
Yeah.
And just to beat somebody.
That's a vibe.
In front of everybody.
That's a
and
vibe.
You're just like,
it's like a legal street fight. Is that what, like, is that the vibe?
I'm listening. I had the whole crazy kid thing going. I had these guys.
Let the body hit the floor.
Yes, 100% body was on. Look, like I said, it's a meat kind of
I see the vibe.
situation,
Yeah,
right? So you had time in between matches. So what, you're hanging out with people that you're about to wrestle. But you got to make these people think you're a little off, right? So I got my silk Playboy pajamas. I got, just keeping to myself. I'm eating snacks the whole time.
I got a question though. Do you keep sweatpants on, or are you just walking around just letting
my
them know, like,
warm-ups,
I do this for
so
real?
I got the sweats on. I got a sweatshirt that I would put on to get ready.
Yeah.
But I had these black and red silk Playboy pajamas that I would wear every time. And that's what I had. And so but you got to make these kids think you're a little off, right?
Yeah.
So I had this Batman coloring book about that thick and this big pack of crayons. So most of the time I would just spend in between matches.
Oh no!
Because I'd just be coloring and chilling. And look, I'm having a good time.
I see why them kids was leaving and not wanting to fight your ass. I'm leaving too.
And it's cool. I was relaxing, having a wonderful time, eating good snacks. And I'll talk to them, and then we get into the match, and I'd start warming up. And I felt like I was the only one that took warm up serious. So I put my headphones on, and I'm listening. This is the good music days when they're dropping, like, I have good Jay-Z.
Mom, I don't want to fight the kid with the crowd.
Look, I'm saying, I look like a grown man at this age. I gotta show a photo. Look. When
I don't want to fight the grown man with the coloring book. I'm not fighting you, bro.
I would stare at him during warm up, and I'm getting warmed up. I'm listening to Coming Undone.
I'm not fighting you.
Like, and I'm cocky, and I would watch Mike Tyson fight videos. So I had that in my head. I would just stare.
Coloring book got me.
Embarrass you in front of your whole family. Like, this is about to be fun.
You would never go and get the chance. But here's
the thing. Here's the only difference between wrestling and football, though. In football, I want to play against the best.
Yeah, and sometimes you might get somebody that don't even want to be in there.
Football, I want to go against, like, I want you to be at your best. I want to beat you at your best. I want to do that. Wrestling, I enjoyed wrestling people that weren't very good. Like, I didn't want to go the 3 rounds or whatever it was.
Are you bringing up Saskatchewan's O-line again?
Stop.
I'm asking. Is that what you're talking about?
Stop.
I was just wondering.
They're good guys, man. They're great guys. Great guys.
Next question.
So I had a drink for that one?
City living or farm living?
Farm living.
Yeah.
I've done both.
Tell me about the
stage
craziest animal that you had to take care of on the farm.
Craziest animal on the farm.
Yeah, like what was the
We've
hardest?
had an otter.
Like, what was like? Well, I don't know what to do with this.
I wouldn't say animal. I would say situation. So I'll give you
Oh,
both.
that's like
So first, I'll give you the animal. The craziest animals that we got to deal with is one time me and my buddies were we thought we were hunting a beaver because the beaver was because there's canals.
Bro, why would you hunt a beaver, yo? What the heck is your school logo?
Oh yeah,
What the hell are you doing?
trapping and nicely releasing.
All right.
It wasn't a beaver, so it doesn't matter. But, so we go out thinking that this beaver is damming off the canals. We're in the Sac, like near the Sac River, Rio Vista, California, and so we got to clear out. We got to go in with a backhoe and clear out all this water, or the irrigation can't get in and help the cows and stuff, and the fields, and. It wasn't a beaver, and we never found a fucking beaver, so it was just a giant waste of time. But we have found river otters, and there's a lot of coyotes and stuff like that. The situations get crazy, and they get a little,
I feel like it would get hectic.
Look, it depends on what kind of story you want. You can go anywhere from like...
What did you have on your farm? Let's start with that. Cattle.
Cattle, so they're cows. So,
did you have dogs for the cattle, or were you the dog?
Yeah, no, both.
I feel like you would be the dog for the cattle.
So the Cabral Ranch, top-notch situation. No, so it's my buddy's grandfather's ranch that he started and he's got going. My buddy runs it and helped ran it forever, and I come in and just help any way I can. What we do is we run a herd of about 1,500 head.
What?
Cow. So
1,500.
and there's like four of us.
1,000. Say it again.
1,500.
Wow.
So and there's like four of us or something.
Wait,
but
what's the size of a cow? Like, give me the image. Like, what's the size of a cattle? Right?
So we would sell an adult cow can be over 1,000 pounds easy.
What? So that's over what? 1,500 pounds? You're dealing with?
No. So it's a lot of cows.
Yeah, it's a lot of cows.
So what we do is we breed them out. So we have the calves, and the calves grow to a certain age, and then we sell them.
Okay.
That's kind of what we do. So we do the calving part of it, and
do they get I'm sorry.
I got a
question.
It gets like
this is interesting.
Yeah.
Do you sell the cows at what age?
Oh, that's a good question.
Because I feel like you get the cows. Are they like
2 years?
They're out of there right away.
We sell them by weight.
So, do people want to grow their own cows, or do people want to get an already grown cow?
Kind of like both. So we sell it it depends. Earliest I've ever seen sell is 400 pounds. So 400, 500. We'll sell sometimes 5s, 6s, and 7s, and you divide the herd up and you sell. We wholesale. Okay. So sometimes.
Oh, so y'all.
Sometimes a place.
Heavyweight.
Well, sometimes places that want to do the finishing, so they do their beef production part of it. They need to supplement the herd, or sometimes they just don't want to deal with the calving part because the calving part's a headache. Yeah. Like having babies, that's all it is. Is we're midwives for cows.
Oh wow.
But it can go anywhere from just a hard days of work, just Holes the movie, or you can even get to
Holes. That's the first.
Yeah, but they work the tails off. That's the analogy of it.
Yeah.
You can go all the way to Dexter about it.
Oh wow, I like Dexter, but I don't like Dexter.
No, it gets sometimes the calving
Dexter scared me.
So sometimes the calving season
Dexter scare you? Do you like Dexter? If you see the Dexter, would you be uncomfortable in the same room with Dexter?
I don't know. I feel like everybody's looking for him now with the Dahmer show out and all that.
Oh yeah.
I think people are trying to look for the weird guy.
I actually have a question for you about that, Hannah.
Jeffrey Dahmer or Adam Dunn?
So Adam Dunn, he puts needles in us, and blood go all over the place. He pokes all these needles in us. Adam Dunn, or Jeffrey Dahmer?
For what? What's the?
Who would you pick?
Pick Adam Dunn. I don't know. Just don't want to pick Jeffrey Dahmer. I watched one episode of it and it made me I'm cool.
So who would you pick?
Not Jeffrey Dahmer. Whatever the other choice is.
Adam Dunn.
Okay.
Adam Dunn, sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But back to the cattles, because that was actually mad interesting. I'm wondering, how early can you eat a cattle? When can you be
do you know what veal is?
Oh wow!
I'm gonna have a
knew
drink.
it. I
That's
knew
what,
it.
So veal is calf.
Veal.
Just like
Just
lamb.
it's the baby.
Yeah.
I'm
Veal
not-
is baby cow.
I see.
Y'all didn't know. See, okay.
Oh,
time
wow.
out. We need to have a moment here, everybody that's watching. A little come to Jesus. Know where your food comes from. It's okay. You can eat meat. You can choose not to eat meat, but like, know where your food comes from. Veal is baby cow. Lamb, baby sheep.
My
You
girl
like
said-
lamb? I love lamb kebabs. Yeah, those cute little fluffy ones that run around. It's okay.
What if I told you I was a vegetarian?
I would say you would have a very hard time being a professional athlete.
You think so?
I have had teammates on my team that have been vegan and played at a very elite level. Shout out to the Arizona Hotshots.
Okay.
AAF.
Hot Shots. What's that? AAF.
AAF back. Hey, RIP to a real one pouring out.
Oh, AAF. They died. It was a league that died.
Oh yeah, died real quick. Got me paid.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, shout out to the AAF for getting my dog paid.
I got some exclusive clothes from it. That's
Yeah?
for sure.
Did they have
Never
good
to
gear?
be printed again.
Yeah. I always
That's
wonder
some
how I
cool
would
stuff.
like.
thought our color scheme was pretty good.
I always wonder how I would fare playing in one of those leagues.
It's
I think I
rough.
would smoke it. I played in the UFL and I was like, it was mad easy for me.
Yeah, no, you'd smoke it.
And I went right back to NFL.
Look,
like
ballers
that.
are gonna ball. That's the stuff we always keep talking about. Like, if you're gonna be an elite player at any level, like ballers are gonna ball. So, yeah, you would do well. But you know, there's copious amounts of people that do well in those situations. It's just getting your shot and being able to shine in that shot,
Yeah, it's about.
and getting people to watch. Like,
Yeah, but I think that's a good point. A lot of people miss the entertainment value of our job. You know what I mean? You gotta
Are
be
you talking-
presentable. Like I'm just talking about like, there's a lot of good. There's only a couple of like Dylan Wynn, Simoni Lawrence type of like player. Rather like really good football players. The rest are like good football players. But like you gotta stand out too, though. You know what I mean? Whether that's like just being interested in you a little bit. You know what I mean? Like.
Well,
I get uncomfortable watching some interviews, yo. Like
at least know how to like communicate and like interact with the community. I get what you're
this
saying.
is free game right now.
So, what would you say football is as a business?
As a business, it's an entertainment business. I want to be the coolest kid in the room because I know the kids want to be the coolest kid in the room. So I'm not coming to an interview wearing.
100%.
I'm not on the sideline wearing. You know, it's just because it's like you got to keep your value up. It's an entertainment business.
Are those
And,
young
like,
bucks?
Yeah, it's all about like the highest act is to be able to inspire, right? You want people
Right.
to be like, oh, I want to do this, I
Yeah.
want to do that,
Yeah.
you know, and you want people to do like respectable, cool things, and you know, like it's all about being a role model. Question
100%.
for you: what kind of role model are you?
Man, I think the biggest thing, you know, I think of that stuff. I think of that stuff a lot because I got the two kids. I want, you know, my role model thing to be like work. You just gotta work. And,
That's
you know,
so- no, that's you.
But it says all
That's
this
Hamilton,
time.
that's you.
It is, and
Yeah.
and I love it, and that's why I love it here. Is it kind of fits with the community, but you know, it's as old as time, and you know, it sucks that you know it's beat to the ground sometimes. But I really, truly believe that people don't understand what hard work is until you see hard work.
It's the truth.
Like your ceiling is this, and it's always going to be this until you see that. And like, I just like keep pushing that ceiling.
For real. That's great. Hard work for you. For me,
But you
I
get that
always say,
too. Like,
I always just was like, just for kids to understand that, like, this is just life. Like, this life is a rough life. It's tough. And you gotta be able to battle through it. You know what I mean? So, like, I be trying to show, like, all my scars. I show, like, all, like, everything. Just to be like, oh, he was sad at this point, but now look at him happy. Sad, happy. You know what I mean? Just, like,
I
the
don't
ebbs
think-
and flows of life. Because it's just about dealing with life, you know what I mean? Because you can act like you're a superhuman and be like, nothing bothers me. Boom, that falls off my chest. That falls off my chest. But then you can get into it like, man, my leg hurt right now and I gotta be like the best player ever right now.
there's not enough of that. There's not enough of that in pro sports. There's not enough of that in our role models. Like, 100%, I agree with you. I don't know if I'm there as a point, which is interesting. I still want to be, you know, I want to be superhuman at all times. But like,
you are, and I feel like you are superhuman. Like, Come on, Dill.
There's always a base camp.
I watch the way you practice. I watch the way you play, and like it's understood. Like you go one speed, that's 100 miles an hour, and that's hard. Like that's not easy to do. Like 100 miles every single day, every single play, every single rep. Like that's just you. Like it's not no 0 to 60. You got to get in a freaking spaceship because you start at whatever 100 miles an hour.
So I don't think it's an option. Like for me, so like at least personally, when I walk away from this game, when I want to be done, and when I have goals and aspirations I'm going to keep to myself. But like at the end of the day, I want to be like, I have no regrets. And I know everyone said that, and everyone, you heard that since you were. When did you start playing?
So I was scared. I started playing when I was 8 years old.
2nd grade for me.
Yeah.
So like kids, we were kids, but I remember that was the number one thing that everyone said was like, don't play with any regrets. Like if you work as hard as you can, you won't have any regrets. And like I've seen everybody fall out of that. Everybody's copped the day. Everybody's whatever. And I know at the end of the day, when I'm done, when I hang up the helmets, because football is the only sport where you only have a set amount of times from the first day you tie on those cleats and put that helmet on. We didn't know. But you have a set amount of days. It's not like I can, kick a soccer ball around or throw a football. Like, when football's done, football's done. Like, you can coach it maybe, and that's kind of, it seems exciting to win. But there's no playing.
You can't just beat somebody up because you're supposed to.
No, so, like, it's finite, and I don't want to lose that. And so, like, I'll go full medal. I know I'm not going to live forever, but, there's an Eric Church song about it that's real nice.
It comes with the game, yo. It's part of the game. It sounds
very cowboy to floor to the metal until you burn out.
Yeah. Football. I told everybody about football. Like, it's one of those sports where it's like you give everything to it, and like at the end, it's gonna leave you.
So how about this? You take a cleats from me type dude. Because there's the two guys in the locker room. So, there's always the two guys in the locker room.
You gotta come get it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so
excuse me, guys.
Sorry, just so you know, a little background. This is this classic locker room conversation that comes up, and this is one of them. Like, when do you tip your hat, jump out of the game, especially at an elite level?
Yeah.
Do you do it when you're the king and you're on top and you're balling, or are you one of those nitty gritty, take my cleats, you gotta cut me?
But like, that's the cloth. It's like, you could tell the difference between the two,
Right.
Like, you cut from that kind of cloth, you know what I mean? One thing I always looked at somebody like a Mike Riley, right? Mike Riley was probably like one of like the best quarterbacks and stuff, and he had like some great years and stuff, and then he stopped making the playoffs for like 3 years in a row, and then the time he retired, he didn't even make the playoffs. And I'm just like, I could never do that.
We would pepper him.
I would like.
It was.
Yeah.
He's
so mean. You're mean.
No, like. So what are you saying? What are you saying? What are you saying with that?
Nah, I told him. You know me.
Yeah.
I tell
so
people
you
how
think
I feel.
like he played as long? He played. I have so much respect for him.
Yeah.
So I think
he gave it.
I think he rode until those rims were bare, man. Hell yeah.
Like,
I feel it, and I got so much respect for him.
You see what I'm
those
saying?
end years, man, we were peppering that boy. Look, like to the point, like.
Nah, yo.
When you would get a hit on him, you'd get a hit on him. You're like, yeah, I got him. I'm like, I know he felt that, and you'd be like, did he feel that?
Yeah.
Like, good. I respect it.
I really enjoyed Mike Riley, man. Shout out to Mike Riley. If you're probably gonna watch this just because
it's a goat. He's
there's
no way you're a Spartan for that long.
Yeah, like
you're the toughest guy in the CFL voted many years.
Yeah.
Now, here's my question.
But that tough guy stuff makes me kind of mad, though. Like, I'll give it to,
who
like...
votes it?
Not even about who votes it. It's just been like, there's a difference. There's a fine line in between getting punished a lot and being tough. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because you get beat up all the time doesn't make you tough. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like people that like tough to me is somebody that's running to the sideline instead of running out of bounds. They turn their shoulder, drop it, and give it to you. And Mike used to do that. Mike would be like, he'd be running and you can't slow down because he might give you the shoulder and try to run you over. Like when Scrambler was in here, give you the shoulder. Like that's tough. You know what I mean? And that
You're saying the gray hairs came quick.
Yeah, you got to stay away from all that action though at quarterback.
I think he was taking a lot.
He was taking a lot of hits that he don't need to be taking, especially from people like.
How would you take it if your quarterback was voted the most tough guy in the CFL?
If I was an O-line, I'd be like, how do you even know that? Like, I'm playing O-line. How do you know my quarterback tough? You're not even supposed to know that. Like, it's my quarterback. How you can't even talk to him without getting through me? Oh, you already got to me, so now we got to talk to the.
Do you think that was more award or disrespect?
What do you mean? I mean, so like, your quarterback should not have to be tough.
Right.
That's just the game, you know what I mean? No quarterback should have to be tough. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, if I play O-line, I'm not having it. I'm not having it. Like, that's personal. That hurts my heart. Like, I can't sleep at night. I got to take melatonin. Like, come on.
Circling in the head, yeah.
That shit's messing me up, bro. All right, 21 questions. Keep it
pushing, right?
Next.
Long distance relationship or living with your significant other?
Look, is it me picking?
All right,
I've done both.
All right, look, I ain't gonna lie. I done.
Who prefers long distance?
Huh? Who prefers long distance?
I would choose living with. Yeah, and that's because I did the long distance.
And it sucks. It's hard, huh? It's like you're responsible for somebody else's emotions while you don't even have their emotions, and then you're in a different country, and then you're battling a different emotion.
Oh man, for me,
it's like I went through it or something.
Look, I did it. I did it all through college.
Yeah,
I did it all through college, and and I did it for the early part of my pro ball, and it's you just are you on a team or not?
That's real.
That's how I view it. Is if you got my name on you, and like even when my wife and I were dating, like I said, you're my girlfriend. Mm-hmm. You know, so like why would I have someone else's back more than you? And so like the communication's got to be there. That everything's got to be. You find out if you're gonna work or not really quick. Mm-hmm. And so I think that's why I've been with my wife forever. Is like we did the long distance stuff, and if you can figure out long distance, you can figure out anything. That's not saying that moving in with each other doesn't bring its own
I gotta
issues.
get married first.
Man, I'll tell you what. We did that in Cleveland, and after I bumped my ankle real bad, and it was the other time I had a career-ending injury, and my wife came out and took care of me in Cleveland. I'll tell you what.
Man, she's the realest, bro.
That's when I knew she was the one.
Yeah.
100%. I was like, man, all right. Yep, you got this.
That's real love. Like, oh, she just love you a little.
She moved from California to the East to Cleveland to buy a house for the cost of a VCR. It's not the same.
That's lit, bro. That's lit, man. Dylan Wynn giving us the game on relationships. I mean, I feel like you're well versed. I also hear 21 questions is over, by the way.
Okay.
I also hear that you're a gamer. Like, what kind of gamer are you? Are you one of those guys when you get on the microphone, you just start instantly talking like, shut up, I hate you, I'm gonna shoot you, blah? Or do you like have conversation with guys and talk about life? Or like, cause sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I get on the game just to get my bars off.
I wanna win.
Yeah, so
I can
what comes with that. The game. You know what comes with that though.
Yes. So
are you doing the mind trick where you like, you know how like some players that come up to us before games and be like, hey, I love the way you play, and do like one of those, I
don't talk lobby. I don't do lobby talk. I don't do it.
Oh, you don't?
I don't do lobby talk. So whenever I'm on the mic, whenever I actually had somebody do the, Xbox messaging thing.
Oh, he must have did you dirty, bro.
No, so it's on Battlefield.
Okay.
But I don't have the temper for it. Mm-hmm. And so, like, I almost exclusively, if I'm talking to somebody on the mic, I got the same headset I've had forever, held together with duct tape. The thing's an OG. One of the main dudes on the squad's actually a fan in Saskatchewan.
Yeah.
Like, he's a Rough Rider fan, so I talk so much. Yeah. You know, we'll
Those
play.
people just are different.
Yeah, so
like I don't understand them sometimes.
Yeah, well, he's
Where do you think they're from? Like, where do
you?
they come from?
Huh?
What's in the water?
Man, it's like Nebraska people, and my people are from Nebraska. So,
Yeah.
like...
What's in the water, though? Like, what makes them so...
The water ain't
interesting.
Clean.
It's not clean water?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Like, Sass, they got a lot of free time.
Why do they have so much free time?
Because there's nothing to do.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
No, they got a nice, look, you guys know it. Saskatchewan's a beautiful
It's beautiful?
city. Sorry, my bad. Sass is cool. Sass is cool.
Is
Y'all
Saskatchewan a
love
city?
football? Look, it's like Nebraska.
I've never been to Nebraska.
You've never been to Nebraska?
No, actually, I played in Omaha, Nebraska, and I played against Dante Culpepper in the UFL. That was so cool. I was like, yo, Dante Culpepper sucks, but like...
Okay, so when you think of Nebraska, what do you think of?
Running backs for some reason.
See, it has to do with football. It's Nebraska Cornhuskers.
Yeah.
When you think of Saskatchewan, what do you think about?
The
Rough
Farms.
Riders. The Rough Riders.
Who think about that?
You're great. I love you. There's nothing else. But there's nothing else. There's nothing else. So, like, the passion for the football is huge.
Okay.
But the time on the Twitter is also pretty long.
But I also think that Hamilton has, like, so much to do, and we still have the best fans in the world. Like we have to work.
No, but we're a working city. That's different.
And like, but like, there's stuff to do, and I feel like people that chose, like, things that show, like, who a person is what they can do when they can do whatever, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, you know what I mean? It's like, they don't got a lot of time, but they still come into the gang, you know what I mean?
I got a good one. I got a great one for you.
Okay.
Do you think every team in the CFL reflects the energy of their city?
Ooh, that's a good question. But yeah, because that's just how, that's part of
it.
it.
And if not, what city doesn't reflect their energy?
That's part of the entertainment value too, though.
But that's the point.
It's like, as a player and as an athlete, you have to do your research. You can't come to a new city and then say, like, hey, I'm representing you guys.
You sell your demographic.
You know what I mean?
100%.
Like, so, like, we're in the field. Like, I know that I'm allowed to get in somebody's face and say something, you know what I mean? Because
21 Savages got you.
It's just we come with that. You
It's
know
Hamilton.
what I'm saying? And I love Hamilton. And it's one of those things where, like, yo, you're not supposed to do that, but I'm not going to tell nobody you're not supposed to do that. That's my dog. Like, I'm the only one going to correct him. You're not supposed to correct him.
But every other team has that kind of city vibe. Like Montreal, like you can.
Should I say this?
No, but it's like it's every city's different. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it, but
I know what you're saying. So,
like Montreal as a team, like chemistry wise, has to feel different than Calgary.
Okay.
You know, like you go from cow country, you go from the prairies.
I think Bo Levi used to do that so good in Calgary. I think that was
he fits the demographic.
That was
he fits the entertainment.
You know what I mean?
Yes,
that was a
100%.
good one. Toronto.
I don't think the new guy doesn't fit either. I think everyone that's in Calgary fits well.
Yeah.
I think they do a great. That's what I was asking. Is like, I feel like as the Hamilton Tiger Cats, we do our absolute best to reflect the city. Mm-hmm. And do you think every other team kind of tries to reflect the city, or I don't think
it's in them. Like, I mean, I don't know, because I've never been anywhere like that. You know what I mean? Like, I've been to Edmonton for 6 months,
but you played against them,
and like,
Edmonton's hard.
It depends on the person, though. Like, everybody has like their group leaders and stuff, right? And like, that's how the energy goes. Like in Hamilton.
So you think it's more to the people than the city?
But like, we're tough, you know, and what's tougher than defense in the city, right?
Right. And so we love our defense.
Yeah, and like everybody, you have to understand the energy of that too. That's why it's like you want everybody's energy when you're playing a football game. So like you're trying to get all of the love because it's their energy is going to be played through you. That's why I think like I had so much success in Hamilton, because it's like, yo, I welcome everybody's like love and energy in me. So like when I make a tackle, I know like, oh, that's the little kid right there that made the play. Oh, that's my grandma right there making the cookies.
My favorite T-shirt in Hamilton is Hamilton Hates You Too.
Yeah.
And they sell it on the corner. You know, I was living on James Street my first 2 years here, and I didn't have a car or anything. So I'm in the city, like I'm riding the bike, rolling around.
Shout out to Lulu's.
Hey, Lulu shawarma for sure. So the first time I discovered Lulu, man, I was literally riding the bike around. I just, like you said, the corner store's got to be the best. And it's a brick store. So you're like, okay, this has been around. It's been around. So I go in and just love from the beginning. The food's dominant always. And then that whole neighborhood. Like,
you're a James Street legend.
I've been on James Street for 2 years. I did 2 years on James Street on a bike with no car.
You sound like it was hard time.
No, man. Those are my people.
It was a good time?
It was a great time. It was a great time, you know. And football's luckily takes up most of the time, but like I would walk around and like I'd get to know people and I'd, you know, talk to. I'm a social person.
For sure. I came out of this fancy restaurant on James Street.
Had a sailboat in front of it.
When they pay me, I'll tell you about it. But just joking.
Pay me to stop. Pay me to stop.
So
Willow.
So I came out of there, and then like I was with a lady, right? And I was like, yo, like we just did some bougie stuff. Let's go to like a regular little dive bar or something. So I crossed the street, went into this little dive bar. Yo, they went crazy. I was like, Simoni! I've never like, and it just was going. I was like, oh snap! And like my girl that I was with thought it was like all planned and stuff. Yeah. And then I was like, Dylan comes here all the time. And then the person actually was like, I'm gonna call the bar. I was like, I'm calling Dylan right now to tell you here. I'm like, wait.
Look,
You're doing what? Dylan gives out his weight. Is it true? Is it true?
Stop.
Is it true?
You gotta understand my point of the view, all right?
Okay.
I get a text message of Simoni. It's with my people. No, so like, shout out, hey man, 5-Star Cafe, you guys are the best. I lived above them my first year as a rookie. Okay. And so like, my parents would come to check out a game like preseason, right? My dad stays. And of course, dad goes downstairs, blows my cover day one. Which is like, you know, it's an athlete thing. When you got, just like, oh, you know my son? Like,
he killed 3 people with one hit.
Look, so our lives are a little bit different. Like, when you have a place near where you live and you want to be a little incognito, you know, like a nice little wing spot, nice little place where you can watch TV.
Out the way.
That was taken from me from my father.
He went down there. He forgives you.
He went down, you know, those are great people. And, you know, basically it was like my boy plays and all this. I got to know, you know, Merck and Amy and, you know, the owners. And I would go down there, you know, on a Wednesday, just have a glass of water and watch, you know, cop chases on the TV. You know, like,
so it was like Everybody Loves Raymond type of vibe.
But I was hanging out with, you know, with normal guys and normal, like they've been going there forever. Like Larry, you know, call him Larry the Liar and stuff like people got names. And you hear these stories from the community.
What's the best thing Larry lied about?
Oh man. You can't tell the lies from the truth, but he did tell me that it was super interesting. Did you know that the high school that's next to our stadium was named after the first African-American that played in North America? Played for us, yeah, quarterback.
That's actually amazing history.
And so, like, it's stuff like that you learn from the people, and you're talking to them, and like, even after a loss, and luckily we didn't have a lot of losses that year. We had 3, and so like,
that was 2019.
Yeah, man. And so I would be talking to him. And like, you know, you get a vibe of what the city wants. Yeah. And what the
but that's the thing about Hamilton. Like, you gotta get in the field with it. That's why I tell people, like, you can act like you're all high and mighty, but nobody's like that out here. Nobody could give a F who you are. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's about like real touch on, feel on type of love. You have to get in the community.
And here's the other thing, like as pro athletes, there's no other city that's going to understand you better. We put in the hours, you know, we work our tails off, and there's no other city that's going to work their tail off like Hamilton does. Yeah, you know, like we got steel workers.
Nah, Hamilton, like, nobody goes harder than Hamilton. Nobody goes harder than Hamilton. I tell people all the time, like there's times like I'm walking down the street and like I might be feeling sorry for myself, like driving and I see something and I'm just like, let me go put on for the city real quick.
Yeah!
You know what I mean? Like,
I eat my breakfast on game day at the same spot every single time. Steve's Open Kitchen on James Street. Look, and it's just your normal cafe. Bro. And you walk in and they, you know, they're real cool to you, but it's like,
man,
hey man, play good, have a day. It's like back in high school. Like, look, you better ball.
Like, yeah, everybody got yeah, for sure. And I remember going into, where was I? Dang, I just brain farted.
Where you at?
Where was I? Where did I go into? Dang, I forgot.
You know what's great is when I sent you to that fucking Big Scoop spot.
Yo, I love Big Scoops. Keep talking about Big Scoops because I'm trying to remember.
You trying to pull that back?
Yeah.
So Big Scoops is actually a like corner in the wall when you're going down James Street. There's Bert's on the right, or on the left, the B spot. And it's the best ice cream I've had. I was walking distance, and they just got a little corner. And, you know, they got all these crazy flavors and stuff. I think I should really throw down a food, come check out the food in Hamilton.
Yeah?
There's great food in Hamilton, man.
Yeah, that's pretty much like what we do. Like, we just go check out like
Food spots, movies,
all
and
the food
football.
spots. And then like make them put a 21 jersey up in the restaurant and then
Oh, see, I ain't that status yet. One day.
And then we show them love with the gang, and then they're like, you're officially only the gang, and who's been more loyal than Lulu's? I'm so sorry, guys, for forgetting. I had something so good. I'll just tell y'all next week. I got a lot on my mind. I got Calgary on my mind right now. Like, I can't stop thinking about this Waco guy coming across, and then I have to fit inside of him. And then I also got to think about how I'm going to play the running back when he comes out into the empty to the boundary, and what kind of leverage I'm going to pick. So I got to rewatch all his routes he runs. And then I got to see how he's going to pass protect me. So I got to watch all his pass sets tonight. So, you know, I got a lot on my mind right now. So please forgive me. But I had a great time with my dog Dylan. Appreciate him for coming into the Pay Me to Stop podcast. This was a great episode, number 5. Big shout out to Dylan. I just want to tell you that we love you and we already miss you. And I know you're a warrior, so what's understood don't even gotta be said, bro. Appreciate you, gang.
Ball out.